So, Demetrius, since you are, hey, one, go ahead and just post this video on your YouTube channel so you can just keep it rolling. It's been way too long since you posted, even though you've been making videos, but, you know, you're going to get your other phone back eventually once you go into this next project and further on. So the important thing is, the purpose of this video is, now that I have a great understanding of how a business is run with the advertising being on all the time, now I can feel, now I'm going to go to this method of time usage, right? Because all three of these things are important, and they're all urgent. So I'm gonna just split my time between them equally, which is the administrative part, the culture part, and then the fulfillment part. So when I say the administrative part, I mean the office work, doing the paperwork, doing the invoices, maybe not doing invoices, because that's kind of part of the fulfillment. I'm not, it's not clear to me right now, but getting the licenses, getting the insurances, taxes, payroll, anything that an administrative assistant would do. Okay, so an administrative assistant would not do, they would not do an estimate, but they probably would be able to figure out how to do an invoice and just invoice, but it would have to come from me. So not invoices right now anyways, but yeah, any of that type of like paperwork type of stuff, and like, you know, making phone calls, setting up appointments, setting up interviews, spend time on that 4 hours. The other 4 hours goes towards the fulfillment. So that's me actually being at the job, doing some of the labor, doing some of the work, primarily supervising the work being done. And then the other fourth of time goes towards me developing the culture. Developing the culture means finding workers. It means correcting personalities, putting together resources for workers to be attracted, like a certificate program for for certifications in this industry, or different like cultural things like art projects for inside the office to attract different types of people, because my worker base will be black, white, Hispanic, Asian. That's my worker base, and that's primarily composed of the population here in Georgia. So it's going to be reflective of that, because we have a large population of Vietnamese, we have a large population of Mexican, we have a large population of white, we have a large population of black, excuse me. We even have a smaller population of Eastern European, potentially Romanian, that I want to bring on board to my company. So all of those, you know, things will be, those are all human resources, right? So the culture is the human resource. So gathering all those together, cultivating them, you know, certificate programs, perks, employee benefits, maybe trips and stuff like that, that, you know, for employee camaraderie, things of that nature. So there's the, you know, so, I do have a question. Do I need to include getting more work inside of the company culture? I think I should actually include attracting more clients and customers inside of the culture, because who I decide to work with is gonna determine the type of business that I have. Because if I work with, a bad client or a customer, or rather, like in my other video, if I work with just a good customer, then I'm only gonna get a good product. But if I work with a great customer and seek out great customers, then I'm gonna have a great company culture. So I think I should include that, at least for now, until I can see a better way to divide that in my mind. So, let me put this phone down. Boundaries. So yeah, doing all of this is gonna be wearing on my boundaries, right? This is a test for my boundaries. And it's not a test, it's really just a trial, because these trials are never over. So keep that in mind, and make sure that you're always staying on this. So what else is there? Since these three things are covered under these three hats: more workers, more people. So then I guess doing the ads really could be under administrative work, because it's just like a button someone would press, basically. And then putting out the ads for the workers and the positions like that. That would be, developing the ads would be on like the culture side of what kind of worker do I want to attract, what kind of employee do I want to attract. But basically it's just these three buckets, and that's where my time is going. And so I think that system will work well enough until I get like one more worker, or another worker, and then an administrative person, because the administrative person is going to do all of the admin stuff, like paying workers. So there's that. But then when I think about it later on, like when I have salesmen and they're getting these jobs on commission, they're like, let's say they close a job worth $20,000, and they need to get their commission check of, I don't know, $6,000 off of that. Then I'll figure that out. But because it's like, what the numbers aren't serious, but it's like just having them accounted for. That's important. Farewell.